When I started my web design business a number of years ago, I really struggled to win clients. I was getting lots of leads, lots of interest, but when I put the proposal out there, I find that it just kind of disappeared into the ether. And then eventually, when I chased it enough and they came back to me, they told me that they went with another provider. It's really heartbreaking to get interest like that, but then not actually go on to win the project. At first, I was quite angry. I thought, I can do this. I'm up for it. Let's do it. But the clients didn't think so. They didn't believe what my proposal was saying. So I decided to go back to the drawing board, really pull apart that proposal process and rebuild it from scratch. I'm going to share 3 tips with you now from my own experience that improved my proposal process and meant that I won more projects as a result. Number 1, tailor your proposal. My first iteration of my proposal was quite drab looking, it wasn't impressive, so I needed to invest some time in making that proposal look nice and reflect that client. So if I could, I would take a picture from their website or something relatively similar from a stock photography website and include it on the front page of that proposal. It looked and felt a little bit more premium straight away. Number 2, I took out a lot of the stuff about myself and my business and the tools and technologies that I used. I used to fill out the proposal with things about WordPress and security and hosting. And whilst these things are important, at that early stage, the client's not so bothered about this kind of stuff. They're more interested in what are they going to get from this relationship? Are you going to be able to get them to the level that they want to get to? And number 3, I increased my prices. But like a lot of people when I started out, I wanted to undercut the competition. When I knew that this proposal was going to be sitting alongside others, I wanted to compete on price. And I very quickly realized that the service I was offering was worth a heck of a lot more. I didn't need to compete on price because I could compete on the value that I would bring to the table. And there's a really interesting psychological thing about increasing your pricing, because when you do that, the perception of what you're offering goes up in the mind of that prospective client. If you're charging more, they think they're going to get more. Now, this obviously means that you should deliver more, but ultimately, it's about meeting the needs of that project and that client in that moment when you put that proposal out there. So to recap, tailor the proposal, make it look nice and make it reflect their brand identity. Number 2, talk about them in the proposal, don't talk about yourself. And number 3, increase your pricing to create a greater sense of value in your proposition. And as a bonus tip, I'll say this, your proposal process will change constantly. It's something that you will iterate over and over. And the goal is to get to a point where your proposal is the obvious choice, the no-brainer. And if you can get to that level, you won't have to work too hard to win new projects ever again.